Alright, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Spirit, can you please help me remember the songs that came through? The first song that came through was The Night by Morgan Wade. And this is a song about somebody who's struggling with alcoholism and they're in recovery or they're sober, and they say, Johnny Walker called last night and I told Mr. Walker to go home, and I'm just trying to make it through the night. So it's like this sense of I'm going to white knuckle it and get through this. And I know I'm just one bad decision away from going back to the juice, the sauce, or the drugs, or the alcohol, or whatever. And then the next song that came through was Love is Love by Grace Potter. And in this song, she says, I promised him I would never stray, but now here I am thinking about you every day, and I can't stop thinking about you. And him standing outside your door, and I will have to pay for the wounds that I have created because of my cheating, essentially. She's cheating. But love is love, and hearts are hearts, and they make you lose control. So there's a sense of the addiction could be a person. And then the next song that came through was Somebody Else by Flora Cash. And it's like, I hear you and I see you, but you don't sound like yourself, and it's scaring me. So it's a sense that you've been with somebody for a long time, and you've oh, my ears just stopped up. Somebody's loved one is very close. It's like you've been suppressing the real you to fit into your society and into your community and into your family even. Because I know when I came out of the closet, so to speak, with my spirituality, it caused a huge rift in my family because they were, they, for the most part, they were aware that I was a little different, but they didn't want me to talk about it. They wanted me to keep it quiet. And there may in your life, but in my life, there came a time when I was no longer able to keep it quiet. And there were times when I literally felt like I was losing my mind because of the paranormal shit that would happen. And now I've gotten used to it because it's happened to me all my life. And it happens to people around me. I had a friend call me, I think yesterday, and they left me a message. And they said, hey, I've been thinking about you. And when I opened my phone, a few of your videos were suggested. And the titles, like, really resonated. And I was amazed that, that happened. And so I got to call her back. But I'm going to tell you right now, this full moon in Capricorn that we're about to have on the 3rd is kicking my ass. I am so exhausted. My energy level is so depleted. And I haven't done anything. I was on vacation last week. But just being that I have my YouTube channel, I have Miss Mary to live with and take care of, and then I have my day job, which is very stressful and very complicated. And that's another story in itself that I haven't shared with you guys. And I say that I would, so I will. About the second week of April, I was having a really bad day, and I went into the office, and they were having a manager meeting while I was looking for the director my office has a director, even though she has nothing to do with my service or the service that I provide. But she's the manager of my office, and so anything that pertains to my office goes through her, even though she has nothing to do with the service I provide. And I got along with her fine as far as I knew. We had some problems in the beginning because there was a girl that started working there right after me, and she was African American, and she could not stand me. And in the office I worked in, there was only 3 Caucasians out of about 25 people, and she got stuff stirred up, and the whole office was against me for a couple of weeks until I finally, it started happening to my supervisor, who is also Caucasian. And he reported it to our clinical director, and her response was, yeah, that office has always been very racist and very petty, and they cause a lot of drama. We have a lot of problems in that office with drama. And so what they did was they gave me my own office by myself so I wouldn't have to share an office with that girl. Well, things went on, and the program that I was in was very stressful, and it wasn't making a whole lot of money because we were having trouble finding the clients. Well, the girl that worked in the office with me, the one that was causing me so many problems, she was miraculously able to find her clients, but she could never find them again. It was like she could find them once, but never find them again. So her billing was very high compared to everybody else. Everybody else's billing was about the same as mine. We were all, up around 15 clients each, starting from zero, because all the contact information that we had on them was wrong. So they had a meeting, and when I came in to find the director, I walked in on the meeting not realizing that it was like the meeting was over and they were just chit chatting. And the tears were just right there underneath the surface because I was grieving about my husband's death. And there are 8 widows in our office that have been recently widowed in the last year, and I'm the 8th one. And I knew there was one lady that was standing there who had recently lost her husband in the last 6 months prior to me starting there. And so I just started crying, and I asked her, I said, how did you get through it? Like, how did you make it through it? And she said, well, I depended on a lot of times my coworkers. And she said, you're not able to do that because you're out in the community so much. So maybe you need a job working in the office. And I said, I don't know what I need, but today I'm really struggling. And I feel like a failure because I'm not able to bill very high for the service, but I'm not able to find the clients. And it's not just me, it's across the state. They were reporting that the numbers were low across the state. And so the girl who was reporting the real high numbers was bringing suspicion on herself as to whether or not she was really finding those people. Anyway, they ended up having a meeting that Thursday, and me going in that room and talking to them and telling them I was struggling with feeling like a failure, and I was grieving heavily the loss of my husband and being terrified of losing my job and needing job security. That they turned that into some kind of personal vendetta they had with another employee that's upper management. And without asking me my perspective or what I actually did say in the meeting, they were deciding that day to cut back on the program. So they cut my program. They cut me out of the program. And basically, for 2 weeks, I wasn't sure what I was going to be, or what my title was going to be. And I had asked them that if they had something that would, help them to earn more money, I was willing to do it if that needed to be done, because I knew the program wasn't making any money. And so, in a sense, I kind of expected that they might move me, but when they did, they took away everything, my office, my salary. I mean, I had nothing. And I was told I'd have to use my personal phone. They tried to drop my money back real severely, and I fought for that. And they ended up paying me almost hourly what they were paying me salary. But the difference is when you're working with mental illness, sometimes people will meet with you and sometimes they won't. And if they don't meet with you, you don't get paid for that. And so just because I was making the same rate didn't mean I was going to make the same amount every time I got paid, because sometimes I wouldn't get my full 40 hours. It's almost impossible. The only way you can get 40 hours is if you work 60, because you have to have time to get from one client to the next. You have to have time to do your paperwork and all that. So anyway, then I was completely devastated. I didn't know what I was going to do. I started looking for other jobs, and I had 3 or 4 different interviews. And I texted my clinical director. She and I had a long talk, and I told her, I said, this is the most unprofessional thing I've ever seen you do. I was very, very frank with her. I said, you didn't even ask me my perspective or how I felt. You just took their word for it, and they were lying to you. They were flat out lying to you. I never said I couldn't do my job. What I said is if there was a supervisory position available where I know I could make money, that I would rather do something where I know I could make money, because I felt like this service was not producing enough to justify all of our salaries, which was true. They were going to do cutbacks anyway. So they cut one of them. There was 2 people in my office, me and the other girl who billed so high, but her billing was suspicious. So they chose to keep her and let me change me over to doing something else. And they put me in a peer support class so I could eventually do, I think, peer support supervision. But it would have taken some time to get there. And in the meantime, I didn't know what my salary was going to be, what my hourly rate. I knew how much they were paying me, which was quite a bit. It was nothing to sneeze at. But that first week, I literally only worked 4 hours. And so I'm only going to get paid for 4 hours. Anyway, I don't know if you remember it or not, but look back through the titles, and there's a title in there that says "Spirit's about to blow your mind." Spirit's about to rock your world. Well, that reading was definitely for me, because the next day I got a text message from the manager, and she said, "I need to see you. It's important." And she said, "Can you stop by the office either this afternoon or tomorrow morning?" And I said, "I'll be there in 20 minutes. So I got over there and I sat down and I was like, I said, I can't take anything else. Like, if this is bad news, I can't take any more bad news. Like, right now, I don't even know how I'm going to pay my mortgage. And she, she had promised me I would never go without a paycheck. So, anyway, long story short, the girl that was working with me, the one whose work was suspicious, they found out she was working 2 jobs for 2 different companies for the same service, which meant she was working for our competitor. And that's a conflict of interest. And it's also very unethical, because you're getting paid a salary from 2 different places to work the same hours. And she was even using our company car, taking it home with her at night and stuff like that. So she told me that when I went to the meeting to see see what was so important, she said, you're going to be put back in your position and given everything that was taken away is going to be given back. I said, including my office? And she said, yeah, you're going to have to be in your office a lot more often, because you're going to take on your caseload, plus I'm going to have to give you her caseload, because she's no longer going to be with us. Anyway, that's what I've been going through. is not knowing what in the hell I'm going to do financially. Yes, I have Miss Mary to fall back on, but my hours with her have been cut drastically. Like, I didn't charge her family anywhere near what I should have to spend the night here. So I was just really worried about what I was going to do and trying to trust God that things would be taken care of. And I knew that something was going to happen that would help, that something would step in front of the turmoil that it always does. That God always takes care of me. Always. I just have to trust. And that's the hard part, is the trust. So I'm glad now I have my job back, and I also have the company car and the gas card, my laptop, my phone, my office. I'm still able to take Otto to work with me, and I didn't have to leave the company because I love the company, and I felt like it was meant for me to stay there. And so I told them, I was willing to do whatever that I had to do to keep the job, but I was looking for another one because I can't afford to only get 15 hours a week. I can't live off of that. My bills are way more than that. So anyway, that's what I've been going through. So that reading, when it said that Spirit was about to rock your world, it was my world that was about to get rocked. I don't know how yours got rocked, but mine got rocked in a very good way. And that's what the reading was saying. So somehow, right now, there's somebody who has been in a relationship with somebody, and they have fallen in love with somebody else. And they are not, in that song it says, I don't care about my pride, I just want to call you. So listen to the songs that I said. I can't remember what I even said they were. I know it was Love is Love by Grace Potter was the second one. And Somebody Else by Flora Cash was the third one. So it's like you've been suppressing this person who you really are to fit in, or to keep from, making any waves or drawing any attention to yourself. Because that's what I used to do. I used to hide everything about myself because I didn't want to draw any attention to myself. If you only knew the person that I was 4 years ago, I would have never put myself on a video of any kind, much less post it for the world to see. I mean, it was like, all right, it's time for you to discover your life purpose, and I'm fixing to fling you into it. Ready or not, here you go. So here I am, and let's find out what Spirit's message is. But that's what I've been going through, and it's been tough. It's been real tough. But I have not missed a paycheck, because by the time it was time, they told me they were going to stop one service at a certain time and start the other one. There was only a 2-week period of time in there, and they paid me at my full rate for that week I was in class, and then I had an extra bonus that I could earn by doing some trainings for the next week, plus those hours I had. So my paycheck might be a little bit short one time, but then it's going to go right back to my regular salary. And yesterday I was at the office, and the lady that started all the drama came in there, and she said, you can't have this office anymore. After I had already been told by the person who's over her that I could keep my office. So I just said, okay. And I told my supervisor, I said, can you get up with her and find out if I'm supposed to move offices? And I went in the other office to look, and it was vacant. It was empty. So basically, it was an empty office, and she told me that she had to have my office to start a new program. You got an empty office right across the hall. Why do I have to move? So my clinical director said that she was confused, and that she was going to make sure that she was not confused anymore for me not to move anything. I'm telling y'all, people can really be drama. And here I am minding my own business. I was in my office with my door closed. When I went in that other office and looked, they had put furniture in there that was, there's no doubt in my mind it was from 1970, early 70s. The desk and the chairs. And in the office that I'm in now, they bought me new furniture. Anyway, I'm not going to let it worry me. I'm just grateful to have a job. If I have to switch to the other office, I'll get them to buy me some more new furniture. I'm not worried about it. God's going to take care of me. All right, so let's get started on today's reading. Spirits indicating biscuits, butter, and blessings. We've been using this a lot lately. All right, Spirit, what would you say to us out of biscuits, butter, and blessings? Braille. The Lord opens the eyes of the blind. Psalm 148:8. The tiny raised dots can be found almost everywhere if you look for them. Braille is on drive-through ATMs, elevator control panels, and all public transportation. A little boy in France named Louis Braille was playing in his father's shop when he injured one of his eyes. Even though he received treatment for the injury, it became infected and the doctors were unable to prevent the infection from spreading to the other eye. Little Louis became totally blind at the tender age of 3. Oh my God. Later, he enrolled in the National Institute for the Blind in Paris. Louis' teacher invited a man who had developed a night writing system for the military to come and speak to the students. The system used raised dots and in 1825 began to experiment, soon developing his own code of 6 dots arranged in 2 parallel rows. Each set of rows represented a letter of the alphabet. The new system was simple and easy for students to learn. Braille soon became popular with the other students, but Louis Braille's system, even as his own school was not widely accepted for many years. Faith check. A tragic accident changed the child's life forever. But as a young man, Louis Braille opened a whole new world of communication, reading, and knowledge for those without sight. And even and and what is even more wonderful is that even though there are many books available in Braille, the Bible has been transcribed into 40 languages for those who are blind and want to see with their hearts. Isn't that amazing? So you've been injured somehow. You could have something going on with your vision. Braille is knowledge, and knowledge is power. Louis Braille. And I have something going on with my eyes where I'm losing my sight. My eyes are drying up in my sockets. You probably see my prescriptions pretty, it's pretty high. One eye is way worse than the other. I do still struggle to see with my glasses on, and eventually I probably won't be able to see at all. They say that my eyes will completely dry up. There's only one real treatment for it, and that treatment is not covered by insurance, and it's very expensive. And so, unless they start covering it under the insurance carrier that I get, I won't be able to have the treatment. But I do take an antibiotic every day, and it helps with my skin condition, and it also helps to slow down my vision from me losing any. And when I got my new glasses and they checked my eyes, they looked behind my eyes at my retinas, and they said there was no damage that they could see since my last exam. So miraculously, my vision, even though my vision has changed, my disease in my eyes is not. It's still good. So thank God for that. I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for somebody taking the time to create a system so that if I do lose my eyesight, I can learn Braille and I'll still be able to read. And maybe you're in that same position. Maybe you can't see, or maybe there's something you can't see even though you can see. Maybe there's something that's being hidden right under your nose. All right, now I'm being led to be still and be happy. What do we want to be still and be happy about, Spirit? Diligence. Diligence. Diligent hands will rule, but laziness ends in forced labor. November 28th could be significant. There is a divine quality woven into work that comes straight from God Himself. Doing good, honest work is part of worshiping and glorifying God. When we work with pure intentions and a grateful attitude, it is fulfilling because it gives us purpose and direction, but also because it brings honor to God. When we engage in work, both spiritual and physical, we are fulfilling the mandate of God to his creation. Even he worked for 6 days to create the world before resting the seventh day. He set a precedent as our Father and Maker for us to follow. We ought to diligently seek to do so. Creator God, you made me in your image and gave me the ability to work and be creative. This is who you are and who you fashioned me to be. I want to be diligent and consistent in all that I do. In all work I've been allotted and in the mandates you have given, I want to be like you, dear Father. Isn't that something how I was talking about work and I was just telling you about my job? And that job, when I got the job, I got it 2 weeks after my husband's death. And so I kind of suppressed my guilt. My guilt, where did guilt come from? I did have guilt, I guess, but I suppressed whatever was, my grief is what I was trying to say, but for some reason it came out guilt. And maybe I did have a lot of guilt that I should have done things differently with him. Anyway, I didn't have time to grieve his death, and it came out in April. And when I finally did lose it, like I couldn't control the crying. It went on for days and days and days, and I would just cry all day long. And it wasn't just the grief of losing Wayne; it was the grief of the guilt. It was the grief of losing my father. It was the grief of losing my sister. It was the grief of losing really close friends that I had never grieved because I didn't want to feel the pain, so I covered it up with something. And that might be why the night was the first song where she told Mr. Walker, just go home. Somebody may have picked up some alcohol or drugs to numb the pain of losing something or someone. And you may have an addiction to alcohol, drugs, or to a person because love is about being pretty much addicted to a person. Like, I'm trying to stay away from you, but I find myself thinking about you all night long. No matter what I do, I think about you. I can't stop thinking about you. And then Somebody Else by Flora Cash. So it's like the people around you that maybe your spouse or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whoever, your significant other, is starting to see the change in you, even though you're not even trying to, like, it's coming out of you without you even trying. You look like yourself, you talk like yourself, but you're somebody else and it ain't on the surface. Like deep inside, you are somebody else, and it's coming out of you. When it starts to come out of you, it's gonna scare some. It's gonna scare the hell out of some people. It's gonna run some people off, and you might feel alone for a little while. But I promise you, you will not feel alone forever. And I thank God every day for my friend Denny because he was somebody that I could always be myself with. He understood me. Or he said he did, and that was what I needed was for somebody to acknowledge that I'm not crazy. And we even joke around with each other, and we're crazy as hell, both of us. But it's okay. It's okay to be crazy. We can be crazy. Anyway, he's always been such A pain in the ass, but a joy at the same time. Just kidding. If you watch this, Denny, you're not a pain in the ass. Occasionally you can be, but I love you anyway, and I appreciate your friendship more than you'll ever know. Thank you for everything that you've done for me, especially being there for me emotionally so that I did not completely go off the edge, the deep end, so to speak. Anyway, enough about me. Let's go ahead and see what Spirit wants to say. So far we have heard that there's Braille, and we've talked about how important work is. So let's see how Spirit's working in the tarot. We're going to use the red deck. All right, Spirit, how are you working in the tarot? Ooh, the devil is here. That's Capricorn. Upright. So there's a very strong desire for justice when it comes to something that ended for an Empress or is about to end or was about to end. The Empress is here with the world in reverse. So it's like there's a strong desire for this person to get justice. Alright, what's the energy to overcome? This person deserves justice for some reason. And they're going to get it too. Whatever's happened here, they're going to get. Oh my God, y'all are not going to believe what just came out. He spun around and spun around and spun around, but here he is, the Emperor. When I see these two together, they are about to be together. And they came out side by side, but she's in reverse. Sagittarius is here, Aries is here, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Libra, and Capricorn. Look, y'all. They came out side by side. The energy to overcome is an emperor that has lost their patience. They're tired of waiting. And something was supposed to end for this empress, but it didn't end. And there's going to be justice. And somebody has a strong desire to see justice. Alright, and what's going to pull it together? Judgment and the moon. This could be something legal. There's a secret here. There's something we can't see. Cancer's here. Happy birthday to my cancers. Somebody's stuck in a position, but they're about to come out of that stuck position because it's in reverse. So you're finally seeing things from the right perspective. Your judgment is perfect. You've got good judgment now. You've learned from whatever's happened here. Spirit said use sacred destiny today to get the virtues. Alright, may I have some virtues from sacred destiny? Wisdom and flow. So yes, we've learned a lesson here. And I know I learned a lesson, and I told my clinical director, I said, I learned a hard lesson about who to open my mouth to and who not to. And from now on, I will never open my mouth to anyone unless it's my immediate supervisor or you, because I don't trust anybody else to talk to them anymore. Flow and blessings. Get in flow and have your blessings. This Empress is in reverse, but it's not her fault. Something happened to her, and there's a strong desire for justice. Truth and flow. So the truth has come out, and you're in flow. Remember yesterday there was a big ass lie that was going to be told? Simplicity and flow. Things are going to be a lot more simple for you. You're going to be in flow. Being in flow is important. All right, what virtues are you working on today, Spirit? You're going to have an illumination, a community, and you're going to be embracing. And you're going to have abundance. That's beautiful. You're going to have something illuminated when it comes to your community, and you're going to be embracing and have abundance. What does illumination even mean? Like, I know what it means, but I want to understand better what's being said here. Illumination. Illumination. Mist rising on Alpine Lake. As the sun rises over the far mountain mist, it begins to swirl upward, illuminated by the golden radiant rays of morning light. In many traditions, mist symbolizes what is called the mystic veil, which represents an entrance point into unseen realms. In ancient and native cultures, mists are associated with mythical and magical inner dimensions. Mist in the mountains represents higher states of consciousness. The sacred landscape wants you to know the upward spiraling mist rising in the mountains suggests that those in the realm of spirit, your spirit protectors, ancestors, guardians, are close at hand, assisting you on an upward journey of illumination. They are protecting you and supporting you. Your spiritual life is expanding by leaps and bounds. Even if you can't see what's ahead, Spirit is close at hand. If you draw this card, trust your heart and what you feel more than what you see and what you think, and you will be guided in a wondrous direction. And then community. Community says this. It's about the ancient forest. The sacred landscape wants you to know support is all around you, even if you are not consciously aware of it. Allow yourself to be supported. Give encouragement to others. The more you allow yourself to be supported, the more your dream can come true. If you believe that you have to do it all alone, you will. Your true family is not just blood relationship. Sometimes the strongest family ties are friends who know who you are. Remember me talking about Jenny? Sometimes they are spirit ancestors and soul family who reside in spirit. This card speaks of finding your community and your people. It is a card of remembering that your people are at your side, believing in you, loving you, and standing strong beside you. Call on your community and ask for their assistance. They are only a thought away. So you're being told that you have protection as you go up, and your life is going to expand and you are going to be illuminated. You're going to stand out of the crowd. You're going to stand out. You might not want to stand out, but you're going to be special. There's something special about you and your community, your ancestors, your guides, your angels, and your friends, your family, your chosen family are going to stand beside you during this time of illumination. And then you're going to be embracing. Embracing is about the floodplains. A floodplain is a natural occurring phenomenon in which the land adjacent to a river floods out to far banks of the surrounding land during times of high water. Land that is normally dry may be underwater for a period of time. When this occurs, silt, sand, and nutrients are deposited. For this reason, floodplains are often areas of great fertility as well as a rich ecosystem. They are excellent areas for lush, abundant crops. It is a natural occurrence that allows life in all areas to thrive. The sacred landscape wants you to know sometimes life overflows with emotions which can feel uncomfortable. However, the ensuing results of this discomfort can be of great value, perhaps arising from an unseen or unknown source. You get this card when emotions are seemingly overflowing or not flowing at all. Cherish the overflow of emotion and embrace the times that seem murky, for your inner floodplains are being replenished, and as a result, there will be a great spiritual and physical expansion. Embrace all your emotions. When you do so, great prosperity and fertility will flow into your life. Alternatively, if your emotions have been blocked, this is the time to explore and experience them. So you have some emotional stuff that you're having to go through. And I mean, Spirit is like repeating what I just said. Isn't Spirit amazing? And then abundance is what you're going to have. The wildflower wonderland. The sacred landscape wants you to know everything is blooming in life. Open yourself to receive abundance, fulfillment, and prosperity that are ready to be activated in your life. Life desires you to prosper. You are moving toward an outpouring of money, energy, time, or love. Opportunities are limitless. However, you must take action in the direction of your dreams. Don't wait for abundance to fall into your lap. Take steps. Give deeply and fully. Don't hold back. This card reveals that this is a great time to make investments. The more you give with a free and open heart, the more you will receive. Be grateful for what you already have, and even more will flow to you. So be somebody who gives so that it can continue to flow back towards you. But your life is opening up to abundance. And it's because you're special and you're going to stand out. You're going to be illuminated as somebody special. Your life is going to expand and it's going to, you're fixing to rise. You're rising in your work, and it has to do with the community that you're in. You're in the right community, or you need to be in the right community where people will support and love you and not bring you down. And you're going to embrace the place that you're at, and you're going to have abundance. Okay? That's what's being said today from Sacred Landscape. Now, I have to find out what happened here with this Empress. I don't know what could have happened. Let's see what her energy is. What's the energy of this Empress right here, Spirit? May we see, please? What is her energy? The starfish and the whale. The beaver and the starfish. Beavers work hard. The hummingbird and the starfish. Alright, show me the energy of this Empress, please. Energy of the... Oh, there's a card turned over. The fish. She's a fish. And the beaver in reverse. Uh-oh. Let's see what that means. The beaver in reverse and the fish. The beaver in reverse is she feels useless and worn out. And I do feel very tired. I can't tell you how tired I have felt lately. The beaver personality is a welcome sight. These good-natured and dependable creatures have infinite love and enthusiasm for family and express it in ways of the earth element, providing a home, financial stability. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once one is started, they'll work steadily for weeks, months, or years to see it through. The beaver card appears when the task at hand requires your long-term, steady effort. It can also signify that it's time for some karma yoga, selfless service. Okay, so you're out of balance when it comes to the beaver. You're feeling useless and worn out. And to bring it into balance, you need to do some physical labor and do some selfless service. In other words, serve somebody without expecting anything in return. Do for somebody without expecting anything. Do something without telling anybody. But you're worn out. You're tired. You're exhausted. And then the fish. Well, you could be a water sign with an earth placement or reverse role if you need to. Fish. Respectlessness, restlessness, change of focus, and lost in the current. The fish loves to be subsumed in life's current. Nothing pleases it more than movement, movement, and more movement. The roaming lifestyle of the fish may be exhilarating for a while, but usually leads to weariness and slippery relationships. With all the possibilities out there in these vast waters, the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. Spend some time with the lunar forces, dear fish, as the peace and calm of the moon will soothe your soul. When you're in balance, you're adaptable and you travel well. So right now you're very adaptable and you're going to travel, it looks like. You're going to be on the move. And I know I am in my job, and I also am very tired. And I just took a whole week off. But I really didn't have any time off because I was still doing YouTube and I was still taking care of Miss Mary. And I haven't in 4 years had a week off with no responsibility. It's been tough. Alright, so let's find out what energy our masculine is in. We're going to put all the cards back. What's the energy of our masculine? Our feminine is working hard and exhausted, and she is what's going on with the masculine here? You're the oyster. You're the oyster and the fish. So you both want to travel, and you're not saying anything about this masculine. You're keeping it secret that you want to go on a trip. Why are you keeping it secret? And then you have the earthworm. You're hiding stuff. Let's see what the earthworm is. I know what the other two mean. I just told you, but the earthworm is one I'm not real sure about. Again, earth and water. Earthworm. Shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner vision. We have all felt the woes of the earthworm at some point along the way. The earthworm indicates a newbie or novice working to establish confidence in a new field. Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it's important to remember they once felt earthworm energy too. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or lose hope. Mastery takes time and you're on the right track. Besides, rumor has it a beginner's mind often gets the most valuable insights. You're earnest, intelligent, and valuable. So you're valuable, but for some reason you're keeping things secret. In this card, you don't know the value of what's inside of you, so you're not real sure about your value, and you feel like you're just beginning, just learning, and you feel less than. And for some reason, you have a lack of temperance. Temperance can also be about working together with others. Maybe you're supposed to be working with this feminine and you're not as skilled as they are. But don't let that stop you, because you can actually teach this feminine a lot. Just because sometimes the further you get away from something, the less you can remember. And that's just human nature. All right, let's see what kind of healing this feminine needs. Healing for the feminine. The feminine has help from above and has help with feeling like a victim. So sometimes, it looks like this person was a victim. All right, what about the masculine? Oh, that flew out. Masculine, you're working on your inner child. And both of you need to know that you're beautiful and do something to take care of yourself. Do something nice for yourself. Okay? Like I just got my toenails done, and it felt so good. And I'm going to probably get my hair touched up a little bit too. But both of you need to do something nice for yourselves or do something for somebody else. Remember service? Maybe pay for somebody else to have like their hair done or their nails done or get a massage or something. Especially this feminine, like she is exhausted. She could definitely use a good massage for sure. Alright, so there's help from above that's helping this angel. I just called the feminine an angel. This feminine has had help from above when it came to a situation where they were a victim. They may like to play the victim, but I don't get that feel. There's a justice. Something's being made right, and it's like spirit's like I am determined to see this made right when it comes to whatever they were trying to do to end something around this empress. Somebody was trying to end it with this empress. And Spirit's like, oh no, you don't. And then the energy to overcome though is this masculine losing their control. It's like they've lost control. Why have you lost control? Alright, let's see if we can find out more about this. Here it said use the kipper. We're going to use the kipper first. Alright, Spirit, show me how this happened. There was an official person. Okay? So it was somebody official. This is an official person. Alright. Somebody had an official person. Why is he here? Because of a privileged lady. Somebody could be in the military here. This official person is here because of a privileged lady. What is being hidden? That somebody is a thief. Somebody is a thief. Somebody stole something from this empress. And what's being shown? That there's a message of concern when it comes to a coffin. Oh my God. Alright, what's going to be the outcome? Your community is here again. Oh my God, your community is here. A great fortune when you're in poverty. Somebody's giving you a gift of great fortune. Somebody from your community is going to give you a gift of great fortune. And it's a house. Somebody died and left you a house. And you didn't have anything. Your community is here. Why is the community here? Oh, okay. Because you were married. They had concerns that on the distant horizon you would get married to somebody and they had bad health. And there was a mature man. So somebody had concern that in the future the person you married was going to die. And what's being shown is that they are. They did die. They died and they left you a great fortune. And you were in poverty and now you have a gift. You're going to have the gift of a great fortune. Alright, so now that we know what's going on here, I don't know who the thief was, but the thief stole somebody. Somebody tried to steal this feminine's great fortune, her money. Alright, let's find out from Energy Oracle what may have happened here. What happened here? Somebody was being patient and somebody was being deceitful. So somebody was being dishonest and deceitful, and you were just being patient, waiting for them to get caught. The world and patience. It's like I finally lost my patience. And that's what's happened to the masculine. They finally lost their patience. Somebody's being patient while you can't decide what you want to do. Alright. So, what's going on here, Spirit? May I see? Well, that flew out. There's a man holding a coin. There's a man holding a coin and a door to Spirit. This man has a solid offer. Book number 43. I turned to Door to Spirit first, so I'm going to read it first. Door to Spirit. Spiritual awakening and new beginnings. This door opens onto the expansive energetic realm where all new beginnings originate. The orbs of light are guiding you through the clouds of the earthly world, leading you to a deeper understanding of your eternal identity, the source of all true value and power. This door opens unto truly unlimited potential, where the changes that happen here reach deep into the core of your being. As such, this card often heralds our increasing powers in the spiritual arts and a deepening connection with the spirit world. Don't be surprised if you find yourself becoming more intuitive, more aware of spirit's presence, or more powerful in your own healing practices. Now is the time to open up to the unexpected guidance and inspiration of spirit and to the magic and power of your true identity. So you're about to step into your power. This one of these people. Number 43. The Empress is in reverse, so it may be her, but it could be because he's upright. It could be him. number 43. Man holding a coin, a male connection in money, health, or value. This card upright shows a man sitting in a lush, flowering field holding a large, bright coin. For men, this could indicate an aspect of yourself and a readiness to further your goals and receive increased health, money, or value in your life. Greater success is on its way when you take control of your own finances and act. And see, you've lost control of your finances. This card upright could also reveal the assistance of a financial advisor or healer whom you already know or are soon to meet. This man is helpful and may be a sage giving you advice concerning the action you need to take next. Be open to this person showing up with support, but always turn to your own intuitive guidance to weigh the information you receive. This could also signify a new love interest with a wealthy man or a man from work. So this could be a wealthy man that you meet at work that's spiritual like you are. This could be about somebody you meet at work. Okay, now I'm trying to keep my tarot so I can see it, but I do want to find out a little bit about how this happened. May I see why this Empress is in reverse? Something happened here. It's your choice when it comes to not competing. So it's like, I don't want to compete. I'm not competing for your affection. If that's who you want, you can have them. Look what fell out. Silent moves in competition. Why is the Empress in reverse? Practicing forgiveness because somebody was competing with them. Remember, like I said at work, that girl was being dishonest and she finally got caught, but I couldn't compete with her because I wasn't going to be dishonest. Competition and an apology. Alright, so tell me what happened to this Empress, please. Why is she in reverse? Because she's not dating anybody, and she's trusting the plan. She doesn't want to be haunted and somebody is stalking her, or she is stalking somebody else. She's not dating, she's trusting the plan. She doesn't want to be haunted by mistakes she made in the past. And somebody's stalking. That's why she's in reverse. And it could be somebody she was online dating with, or somebody who she's been talking to with online. She's like, I ain't going out with you. I'm trusting the plan. What plan is she trusting? The one where somebody's incomparable and there's gossip? Somebody's angry because you're incomparable and there's gossip. So this Empress has been treated unfairly. Somebody tried to take her out of the picture, but it caused somebody to get mad because this person, they can't hold a candle to this other person, and there's gossip. Yeah, somebody was competing with this Empress, and she wouldn't compete with them. She was like, I already know my worth. I'm not trying to compete with anybody. Let's find out what's going on. What's the tea, Spirit? What's the tea? In the summer, it doesn't matter when, but in the summer, there was a date night and a secret admirer. So in the summer, we're in the summer now. This happened because you maybe have gone on a date with a secret admirer, or you might be about to. Yeah, the answer is no, because you're a fake. You're a phony. And I've known you've been watching me from a fake account since last fall. And you're the one that loves me unconditionally. So this summer, there's going to be a date with a secret admirer. Clarify the secret admirer. That's the gossip. It's somebody who's intoxicated and in a bar. That's why you're not going out with this person. This person's pissed off too, because you won't go out with them because you know that you're incomparable. You and this person have nothing in common. They go out and get drunk and want to have a love affair, and you're not about all that. That's not who you are, and that's not who you're going to be. So they got mad at you. What did they do because they were mad at her? There's going to be an invitation of love, unconditional, unwavering love, and there's a perfect pair. Somebody's going to get an offer of love from their perfect pair. Beautiful. See, and she was waiting it out. She was guarding herself from being a third party. She's in reverse because somebody tried to take her money, but she was guarding herself. And she's going to get an invitation of love, and it's her perfect pair. But there's a psycho, and it's destiny. Thinking that somebody's thinking about a promise they made, and about how somebody wants revenge for choices for having an affair, and they've been ignoring you because oh God, something happened here in the past, but it's not really relevant today. It happened in the past, and there's about to be an invitation of love for a perfect pair. Oh, and I see the perfect pair right here. All right, now let's see if we can find out a little more gossip from this deck. All right, show me what happened here, Spirit. Somebody had depression, and somebody was venting, talking about your issues. They were depressed, and they were talking about your issues, and talking about you keeping a promise. All right, what else? Somebody was falling apart, or trying not to. Why were they falling apart? Because of somebody keeping a promise when it came to a private relationship in the sex shop. So they're trying not to fall apart because they're hoping that you're going to keep your promise about a private relationship. I'm not sure why sex shop came out. Maybe they're masturbating to keep from seeing other people, or you are. But somebody here is aligned with the universe. This is a very beautiful person, and they will not cheat. They're keeping themselves pure other than the sex shop. Or you may have had plans to go to the sex shop together. I don't know. Alright, so is there anything else you can tell me about what happened here? What happened to the masculine here? What happened to the masculine? This is the one who caused the competition. This masculine had somebody else, and now they're having differences and there's unforgiveness because of competition. Or maybe they thought she went on a date, but she didn't. She didn't go on a date. Why is unforgiveness here? Because somebody's learned their lesson. They're unfazed. They're not healing because they feel like there's no way out. They feel like they're stuck. What's the truth about unfazed? Somebody forever changed your life without even trying, and only you came out in reverse. I'm not seeing anyone else if that's what you're wondering. Yes, you are. Let them go. You have somebody else that you cannot let go of, masculine, and it's got this feminine in reverse because she is about to end it. She's about to end this relationship because she has worked really hard to make this relationship be a thing, and you will not let go of the third party. Tell me what is the third party? What's up? What's up with the third party? Only you and jealous. The third party is jealous. What's up with the third party? May I see, please? The third party is overthinking. What are they overthinking? They've been overthinking for you. They're overthinking a friendship and that it's a new love. They think that this friend is a new love, that they can't be trusted, make them prove it, and don't force it. So the third party is overthinking about their friendship. They think that this emperor has a new love that's a friend, and that they can't be trusted. They have to prove it, but don't force it. So manipulate. They're not coming right out and saying, "I know you're in love with your friend," but they're making them prove that they're not in love with this friend. And look, it was a secret love, but they found out about it. And now they know. They're overthinking because they know that you're in love with your friend. And they can't trust you to be around this friend because you and this friend are in love. They're right, too. Too bad, so sad. Alright, let's see what kind of spiritual gifts are operating for this Empress. You have spirit guides, you're finding coins, you have a broken heart, you're going to have an epiphany, and it's going to come through your third eye. Alright, what about the masculine? The masculine is working. They're going to have work. They're going to get messages in the clouds, and they're going to get aligned, their chakras aligned with seeing themselves in this energetic mirror, this twin flame mirror. Alright. So masculine, you're going to have a job. The feminine's going to have their heart healed. They got hurt. Somehow they got hurt. What would this feminine say to this masculine? I've looked you up online to see what you've been up to lately, and I don't know how to feel anymore. What would the masculine say to her? I want to be authentic. I'm no longer afraid. I've thought a lot about you lately, and I've never forgotten you, even though you think I have. With, if I knew then what I know now, I would have made different choices. So they made a choice that changed everything, and now the two of you are in separation. All right, let's see if we can find out more about this tarot. I want to know what is this strong desire when it comes to justice? It's because somebody's heart got broken because things were out of balance. All right, what's the devil here for? Whew. Because somebody's been waiting a long time for an offer of love. Gemini's here. Cancer's here. Pisces, Scorpio, Aquarius. If I turn these around, they came out in reverse. Somebody is hoping that they'll make the choice to show them love. There's a strong desire to hold on to the hope that you will show me love. It came out in reverse, okay? Why is justice here? Because it's a secret. This is a secret and it's forbidden. The moon, see, you're going to see the truth over here though. But right here, for justice, there's going to be justice for a secret. The secret that never was able to happen. Something was supposed to happen between the two of you, and it was forbidden. And you've been waiting a long time for this to happen. And you're about to get justice. Why is the world